terms of Mr. Curtis, he's pleased that this separation is effective and has been able to go forward.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, we are hearing for the first time from Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis and his lawyer. Plus, it is Easter weekend, so what's happening locally? Our Nicole Stewart will tell you.
With the rise in video games, board games seem to be a thing of the past, but some don't think that. I'll tell you why coming up.
And we've got beautiful weather in the Columbia Basin and all around today. What is your Easter weekend looking like? I'll give you all the details coming up. The news at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
And a very happy Good Friday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Austin Reed. That is Stacy Lee. Yes. Wendy has the night off, and my voice is struggling, so you're going to see a little bit more of Stacy tonight. So thanks for pinch hitting for us.
There you go. Got to do what you got to do.
Weather-wise, beautiful.
Yeah, it is Good Friday, and the weather is very good. In fact, let's take a look outside Legends Casino Skycam. Now, also, if we take a look at our other camera, we've got a great night for some Dust Devils baseball this evening. The game kicks off at 6:30 tonight. You're going to start out maybe wearing shorts, but I would definitely bring a coat with us because once the sun goes down, the temperatures are going to cool. 71 degrees outside right now. They're getting the field ready for the game. And again, the first pitch happens at 6:30. Temperatures tonight will be in the 60s after the sun goes down. So grab your coat if you're heading out to family feast night. Dust Devil Stadium. Temperatures great all through the region. 70s for most of us right now. A little cooler in the foothills. Pendleton, Walla Walla, and Dayton in the 60s. 71 Sunnyside, 70 in Yakima. Planning your evening. There's those 60s and 70s we're talking about. 8 o'clock, we're going to be, most of us in the 60s, down in the 50s in Walla Walla. And then we'll drop down to those lower, mid, and upper 50s in the later evening. All right, the weather pattern for Saturday. We've got this little bit of a blip here. A little bit of rain coming across the Cascade Mountains that could impact us in the morning. Don't worry, it'll move out and we have some sunshine planned for you for the rest of the day on Saturday. So look for those increasing clouds tonight. Light showers possible late night, early morning. Should be out of the way by 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow. Breezy and gusty winds are going to be prevalent all weekend long. And what does your Easter Sunday look like? I've got all those details coming up. Austin?
All right, Stacy, thank you. Our big story is new at 6 and making a difference. The city of Richland is gearing up for some construction at its public library. Our Monique Ledesma says this project costs nearly $500,000 and is something that has been in the works for just some time.
The Richland Public Library Foundation presented the City Council Board with a $100,000 check to go towards enhancing the outdoor children's garden that is set to be built later this year on the library's property. The gift puts a big dent in the cost of the improvements, which are in total about $400,000. Alan Reither, chair of the foundation, says when they heard about this new project, the foundation wanted to check it out.
The foundation has been looking for a significant project for several years that would be in the neighborhood of $100,000. So that's why we chose this project.
Reither says this new addition isn't just going to highlight some new features, but also security.
To really add what amounts to an amphitheater in the back where the children will be able to sit and watch plays and watch movies and things outdoors. It'll be a fenced area, landscaped and safe for children and their parents.
The first part of the project really shows off beautification within the project.
We're going to start out with benches and walkways and grass and this amphitheater will be kind of landscaped.
As for the second part of this project, that's where some of the fun comes in.
Things for children to play on. You know, some I want to say games, but really more like something to get their wiggles out so that when they go back into the library, they can relax a little bit more.
The project is set to break ground this summer. Reporting in Richland, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Monique, thank you for that. He also says he is hopeful for construction to be wrapped up by this fall. Other news and new tonight, former Yakima County Coroner Jim Curtis apologized to county residents for the lengthy resignation process in a statement released late this afternoon by his attorney, just 3 days after commissioners unanimously voted to accept his resignation. In his statement, Curtis explained that health concerns played a significant role in his decision. He also acknowledged the challenges in finalizing his departure. Commissioners approved the settlement in what they described as the best interests of Yakima County and the public to restore order to the coroner's office. We spoke with Curtis's lawyer today.
He wasn't completely free to speak in great detail. However, he didn't want to convey that message to the citizens of Yakima, and also to tell them thank you for the time that he's had to serve. And he's also very thankful for the folks who have prayed and continue to pray for him and his family as he continues forward with the next phase.
Now, to read the full statement from Curtis and to see what the settlement agreement looks like, you can head to our website right now. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com. Turning to a crime alert in Pasco, cops have now released photos of a suspect wanted in an armed robbery. At around 10:35 p.m. Tuesday of this week, this suspect entered the Sky Market. That's on the 1900 block of West Sylvester Street. The man pointed a firearm at the clerk, demanding money. Police say the suspect fled the scene on foot, heading eastbound with an undisclosed amount of cash. Officers believe the man took off in a white pickup truck with a black stripe on the tailgate. If you know anything, call Pasco Police. A federal jury returned a guilty verdict in the trial of 45-year-old Luis Esquivel Bolanos of Guerrero, Mexico. The man was found guilty on multiple drug trafficking and firearms charges. At sentencing, which is set for July 16th, he now faces a maximum term of imprisonment of life in prison. He may also face removal from the United States. In January 2023, the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the Drug Enforcement Administration identified him as a member of a drug trafficking organization, which had flooded the Eastern District of Washington with meth and fentanyl.
During the trial, Mr. Esquivel Bolanos took the stand and testified, claiming that he didn't distribute drugs in Eastern Washington and into Montana. I'm grateful that the jury was able to see through his testimony and hold him accountable for the massive amounts of fentanyl, methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine that he and his colleagues were distributing.
The organization spread as far as central Montana, where many of the illegal drugs were being sold on tribal land. His co-defendant previously pled guilty to his role in the drug trafficking conspiracy. 2 vehicles in Richland were towed away around 2 o'clock in the afternoon today. One vehicle's airbags were set off due to the crash on Highway 240. This situation happened right before the George Washington Way and Swift Boulevard intersection. At least 3 vehicles were involved, and the 3rd vehicle was driven to a nearby parking lot. Richland PD says no word on how the crash happened. No specifics on any injuries at this time. The special election for Yakima County will take place this coming Tuesday, April 22nd, giving residents the chance to weigh in on important local issues. If you are not registered to vote yet, you can visit the Yakima County Elections website to register and find election details. This election includes Proposition 1, a proposal to improve public safety by upgrading Yakima County's aging emergency radio systems. The measure will close critical communication gaps between first responders and unify emergency systems countywide. The temporary investment in community safety will be funded through a short-term sales tax increase. With Easter Sunday this weekend, there are many ways that you can participate in local events.
Many, many ways. Apple Valley News Now's Nicole Stewart shares the different ways the communities plan to celebrate.
Easter weekend is approaching, and there is no shortage of places to celebrate and ways to incorporate the word egg. On Saturday, there are plenty of reasons for the kids to grab their baskets and running shoes. At the Preschool Sporting Complex is the Spring Extravaganza. See what I mean? If you're looking for prizes and games, this event will have something for the whole family. If you're closer to Yakima, there is an egg hunt and candy dash at the softball fields located at Kiwanis Park. The event also includes music and, of course, the Easter Bunny. The Greater Mapton Association is hosting their annual Easter egg hunt at the Keith Morris football field at the Mapton Junior and Senior High School. In West Richland, there is a community Easter egg hunt at Flat Top Park, and the event kicks off with the pancake feed at 9 a.m. If you're looking for something on Easter Sunday, Kennewick is holding their summer's extravaganza with pony rides, food trucks, and even face painting. The event starts at 11 a.m. In Oregon, Hermiston is holding their Easter Carnival and egg dash at the Hero Sportsplex. The event is going on now until 8:30 p.m. And finally, if you're near Pendleton tomorrow, the Eagles Lodge number 28 is hosting its annual community Easter egg hunt at Roy Rally Park starting at 9 a.m. Hopefully your basket is full and you have an excellent Easter. Nicole Stewart, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Nicole, thank you for that. The news at 6 is just getting started. Up next, is walking faster good or bad for your health?
Plus, Governor Ferguson is raising objections to new taxes proposed by Democrats. And I'll have a look at your First Alert full Easter weekend forecast. That's coming up. Stay here.
And before we head to break, look at this, Easter around the world.
That's right. Look at this beautiful cathedral in Milan, Italy. This cathedral took 600 years to complete. What a sight it is.
Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci was one of the artists involved. We'll have more details about this shot throughout the show, so stay with us on this Good Friday.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
At US Cellular, we're celebrating our customers, like JP here. It's a special event. Us days.
Yeah, we get special rewards and exclusive deals, and it's only for US Cellular customers. It's like we got our own special club.
Should we show them?
Us Days at US Cellular. Right now, our customers can get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Because early is easy with a medium iced coffee, caramel or classic, for just $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Our 2025 spring arrivals have landed at More Furniture. And this Easter weekend, we're doing something outrageous. For 72 special hours, we're offering 72 months interest-free financing on every purchase over $19.99. That's 72 full months with no money down and no interest. Whether you need a new sectional for game day or you're refreshing your entire home, this holiday weekend, you'll get 72 months interest-free financing. Visit your local More Furniture this Easter weekend for the absolute best deal in town.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
At Fred's, not only do we guarantee the best prices, we prove it. Our live price card keeps things transparent, showing you real-time prices. No gimmicks, just the best prices on in-stock, get-it-today inventory. And when it comes to beating the big box stores, our prices aren't just competitive, they're unbeatable. Check out how we stack up. Whether it's this amazing new fridge or this energy-efficient dishwasher, Fred's prices are always the best. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here, For the artists who dream, the shop owner who knows your order by heart, and the mentors who leave a lasting impact. Here for singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game and big comeback stories. Here for the long haul from Omak to Sandpoint to Baker City. Here for your family, your neighbors, for you. STCU. Here for good.
Hoping sturgeon survive in North Idaho. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
The news at 6 continues. Welcome back. As lawmakers in Olympia have a little over a week to pass a balanced budget, Governor Ferguson is once again raising objections to new taxes proposed by Democrats.
That's right. In a follow-up tonight, Albert James walks us through his critiques and how legislators are trying to work through them to end their session on time.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
For the second time in a matter of weeks, the governor is telling Democrats in charge of the legislature to make changes to their tax proposals. In a statement Thursday, he said the $12 billion package of increases in sales, business, and capital gains taxes was, quote, unsustainable, too risky, and fails to adequately prepare Washington state for the crisis that looms ahead. He says the Trump administration is creating that crisis through federal funding cuts and tariffs threatening the state's economy. In the House, Democratic Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon says the governor hasn't signaled strong support or opposition to proposals other than going against the wealth tax, though there's a sense of Ferguson's relative comfort level around the revenue options.
But we have said that if that revenue number is too high, then we really need him and his team to provide some suggestions for where they would suggest additional cuts.
Fitzgibbon says budget writers still recognize the need for new revenue, but now have to look back at the cuts they initially avoided.
The cuts that we've made already are not easy, but the cuts that we would have to consider as that revenue number goes down become only more difficult.
On the other side of the aisle, Republican budget leader Travis Couture says they agree with the governor that raising $12 billion in taxes is too much.
But $8 billion, $5 billion, and $3 billion are also unsustainable for new tax increases. The only acceptable number is $0 in tax increases.
Couture argues the state should dial back spending as new taxes would hurt people at a time of increasing unaffordability. He says the governor isn't providing a clear sign of how much he'd accept in new taxes, complicating things for legislators.
It keeps forcing that exercise where you have to rework the budget. And it's a very intensive exercise. Every time the governor plays a game of go find another rock, it seems like we're heading towards a special session.
Fitzgibbon tells me while there's always a possibility things could head into overtime, lawmakers are working on the expectation they will finish on time. The regular session ends Sunday, April 27th. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
All right, before we talk weather, we have a health alert. Taking fast walks can do wonders for your ticker. That's according to a study published this week in the Heart Journal.
That's right. Researchers say people who stroll at a brisk pace have at least a 35% lower risk of suffering heart rhythm issues when compared to slow walkers. The findings are based on more than 500,000 adults during a 4-year study. With roughly 60 million people having AFib globally, health officials say that condition can lead to a greater chance of suffering strokes and heart attacks.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Live look now at our Dust Devil Sky Cam, Dust Devil Stadium. We are getting ready for some baseball tonight. 71 degrees, lovely night to be out there and viewing that. Our winds are about 10 miles per hour right now in the region, so grab a coat though. It'll be a little bit on the cool side once the sun does go down in the area. Let's take a look at temperatures elsewhere around the region. We're looking good. Most of us still in the 70s tonight, 60s here in the foothills of the Blues, 70 for Ellensburg and Yakima, so well above our average for this time of year. Let's talk about winds. We're going to be seeing lots of that over the weekend. A little bit windy in Ellensburg this evening. Everybody else is pretty light, just mild breezes this evening. As we get into your Saturday, though, look for those winds to start picking up, especially in the Kittitas Valley. That's where the gustier winds will be. And then we'll see those winds picking up here along the Columbia River Gorge, that I-84 corridor, foothills of the Blues. Now, peak winds will be from 11 to 11 tomorrow. 50-mile-an-hour gusts possible here in the Kittitas Kittitas Valley. In the Yakima Valley, 25 and 30 mile an hour gusts, 25 mile an hour gusts for Walla Walla, Tri-Cities, 35 mile an hour gusts in Hermiston. We deal with the winds once again Sunday and Monday. As you can see here, very blustery. Those winds pretty much stay the same as they do on Saturday. Pendleton, 35 mile an hour gusts. So very windy over the weekend. You want to secure any of your cute Easter decorations before they fly away. Ridge of high pressure sitting on top of us. That's bringing us that sunshine. But here comes a cold front and a shortwave system moving across the Cascades. Let's take a look a little closer at that. Late Friday night into Saturday, we'll see Cascade Mountain rain showers moving across. We could see a few sprinkles come through our area, but they'll be gone fairly quickly. So don't expect a big rainy day on Saturday. Let's look at our futurecast model. It shows these rains around 6 o'clock in the morning from Ellensburg into Zilla, then moving down into the Columbia Basin, Prosser, Tri-Cities by 10 o'clock and Walla Walla. But look, by 11, most everything will be out of the area. Those clouds will clear and we'll see some sunshine. So not a bad looking forecast, just a slight chance of some sprinkles, if any do make it across the Cascades. Tonight, increasing clouds with stray showers overnight into the early morning hours. Temperatures pretty mild through the region. We're sitting in the 40s in the Columbia Basin, Kittitas Valley, down here in Hermiston. Pendleton a little bit cooler tonight at 44. Planning your day tomorrow, look for those 40s and 50s to start the day, those cloudy skies. This is right about where we could be seeing a few sprinkles. But as you get through your afternoon about lunchtime, that's when things get looking a lot better. And in the afternoon, look at those beautiful temperatures in the 70s. Again, we've got those gusty winds that we've been looking at again. Let's take a peek at our 7-day planning forecast. We've got some breezy winds with a 20% chance of rain on your Easter Sunday. 66 Tri-Cities, and we'll stay in the 60s, back to the 70s next week. Yakima also looking at a fairly nice day once those clouds move out. 65 on your Easter Sunday with those breezy winds, staying in the 60s for most of the week. Ellensburg also 50s and 60s, a little cooler there with those gusty winds, unfortunately, going to be there all weekend long. In Walla Walla, we have that slight chance of showers. Again, most of that should be out of the area by lunchtime, and we'll have clearing skies with some sunshine. And then taking a peek at Hermiston, 72, a little bit cloudy. Once the system moves through, you'll have sunshine, should have a sunny Easter Sunday in Hermiston. So not a bad forecast, Austin.
No.
A little bit of a blip on tomorrow, but the temperatures are good.
Yeah.
So,
all right, love it.
Go.
Can't complain. Still ahead on your news at 6, we have some changes. They are headed for a local distillery. We're going to tell you more about this story when we return.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
It's National Foot and Ankle Health Awareness Month. To avoid brittle nails and fungus, give your toenails frequent polish breaks. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Orthopedic Center podiatrist Dr. Jared Clifford is accepting new patients. This is how we care.
The average family throws out $3,000 of food every year. That's a lot. Imagine what you could do with extra cash. There are simple ways to reduce your food waste and increase your savings. It starts with a plan and ends with a little creativity, like turning your unused food into something new. Get tips to reduce food waste and make your dollar go further. Know the cost. Use food well. Visit the website to learn how.
McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of 2 $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary. And get a great deal on a new 2025 Subaru Forester for only $244 a month. McCurley Subaru, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business.
We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun! McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of 2 $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary. And during this special month, lease a new Honda Civic for only $344 a month or save with 0% financing. McCurley Honda, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
New tonight, big changes are brewing for a local distillery. Solar Spirits is packing up its main tasting room and heading to a busier spot in town, the Parkway.
That's right. Dan Watt, co-owner and production manager at Solar Spirits, designed the current tasting room. The tasting room is moving, but the Robertson Drive location will still be the main production site. The current tasting room will stay open until the new one is ready. Here's what they're looking forward to.
We will be able to support more local restaurants because we're going to really change up our dynamic and change up our tasting room. And we'll have more local restaurants participating with our menu. And so we'll go out and we'll buy local prepared dishes, or we'll find products from other restaurants and bring them in.
McKinnon says the new space will also serve a wider variety of drinks, and they're hoping to give it a speakeasy vibe. Their new neighbors, Ethos Bakery and The Social. And while they've loved their tucked away spot near Highway 240, the move puts them closer to George Washington Way, bringing more visibility, foot traffic, and new opportunities. The new location is expected to open this summer.
All right, the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m. is coming up next. Our Dan Hansen is talking about tag. What's it called?
Well, we're talking about playing board games instead of video games.
That's right. That's right. Now, I want to. It's TagCon Gaming.
There you go.
I just wanted to make sure I said that right. You'll have weather as well, but let's head to break. And this is a live picture in Italy.
Yeah, this cathedral took over 600 years to complete. Now, it holds the record for the most statues in the world. 3,400 statues, 700 marble figures, and 135 gargoyles.
Wow. You know, our director said the time in Italy right now, just after 3 a.m. 3 a.m., yeah. So there you go. Easter weekend is here. Happy Good Friday. We're back right after this.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar? Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
Which automaker employs the most hourly workers in the country? Ford. Which automaker assembles the most vehicles in the country? Ford. That's not a coincidence. It's a commitment. A commitment Ford dealers share by offering employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford vehicles.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house has the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of 2 $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary. And get a great deal on a new Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 for only $569 a month. Mercedes-Benz of Tri-Cities, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
Our 2025 spring arrivals have landed at More Furniture. And this Easter weekend, we're doing something outrageous. For 72 special hours, we're offering 72 months interest-free financing on every purchase over $19.99. That's 72 full months with no money down and no interest. Whether you need a new sectional for game day or you're refreshing your entire home, this holiday weekend, you'll get 72 months interest-free financing. Visit your local More Furniture this Easter weekend for the absolute best deal in town.
Attention Kennewick Irrigation District customers. Due to worsening drought conditions in Washington State, we recommend that you prepare landscaping needs now, for restrictions will likely occur later. Use voluntary watering schedule to ease your lawn into future restriction. Use drip and hose irrigation to focus water where it's needed. Your water conservation efforts today will directly impact the availability of water throughout the irrigation season. Remember, every drop counts. For more information, visit KID.org and click the drought information button.
What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring.
Instead, let's just call them triple plays.
Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing, no way.
You win the lotto, $30 million. All your dreams come true, right?
The good news is you've won the lottery. That's also the bad news. Why are you laughing?
Because
a man is dead,
yes.
And you're laughing.
The new 2020, tonight on ABC.
Next ET, Demi Moore unlocked her Hollywood rise, high-profile romances, and best moments from the ET vault.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Here we go on this Good Friday. Thank you for joining us. Austin Reed alongside Stacey Lee. Wendy is enjoying the long weekend off with her family, and we're almost there.
That's right.
We're almost to that point. But
if we could have played hooky, today would have been the day. And
so
especially
nice.
with your...
I know.
I've been
but...
telling you, allergy pills.
Yeah,
it's probably allergies.
I know. It's gone. So thanks for helping out tonight. Appreciate it.
So kind of sitting in, helping Austin at the desk. So, but let's talk weather and take a live look outside. I put up the Dust Devil Cam because look at, they are playing ball tonight. A beautiful night to get out and watch some Dust Devil baseball. It's family feast night, so they have like cheapy deals on hot dogs and chips and sodas and all that good stuff. So enjoy that. 71 degrees right now at the ballpark. Winds light at 10 miles per hour. Our sunset at 7:48. Now, once the sun does go down, it's going to cool down. So make sure if you're heading out to the game or at the game, that you have a coat with you. All right, temperatures are looking good. 60s in the foothills. We're in the 70s all through the Columbia Basin into the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. Planning your evening, there's those 60s and 70s, but then around 8, where everybody's down in the 50s and 60s, and then we'll see those 50-degree temps. So a pretty mild evening. Now, what's headed our way tomorrow? This little blip of rain, a little bit of a cold front and rain passing through. It's going to be quick. It's not going to bring a whole lot of moisture to the area, but it could disrupt your plans if you're out in the morning. Should be out if we see anything before noon. So look for those increasing clouds tonight. Some light showers possible, as we showed you there. Breezy and gusty winds are going to be the big weather maker for the weekend, and we cool down a few degrees for Easter Sunday. I'll give you more details coming up. Austin?
New in our 6:30 half hour now, Tri-City Area Gaming, also known as TAG, is using board games to build something bigger than just game night. Community. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows us how this is all going to play out.
Dice are rolling, cards are flying, and people are enjoying their favorite board games and community, including me. Game on. Tri-City Area Gaming, or TAG, is a nonprofit organization that welcomes anyone to the table. Literally, board games, card games, or just good conversation. TAG's mission is to unplug from screens and plug in to community.
We keep growing, we keep on, expanding into other places to play board games. We keep on finding out other organizations that want to use our services and help grow and then provide safe spaces for people to just come out and enjoy themselves, play board games and just let loose and not worry about the world that's going on outside.
What started as a small group of gamers has grown into a regional hub for connection. And while video games have their place, Kestner says there's something special about facing your opponent across the table.
I actually met Matt last year here at TagCon and haven't spoke to him since last year here at TagCon, but seeing him today, I was like, hey, do you want to play games? I remembered it was fun playing a game with Matt. He's a very great opponent.
That kind of face-to-face interaction, it's not just fun, it's therapeutic. TAG is even using games to support those with social or developmental challenges.
Our president has a certification to work with therapists to do therapeutic Dungeons and Dragons, which is really kind of cool, honestly. Working with a therapist and people that are in therapy to try to give them a character and let them express some of their feelings and explore some of their emotions through the character.
From casual game nights to conventions like TagCon, TAG is constantly rolling out events to bring people together. Reporting in Pasco, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Dan's got to get back to gaming.
That's right.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Well, the Yakima School District Board of Directors has approved a reduction in force amid what they are calling their long-term stability plan. This could mean a reduction of 43 full-time positions for the 25-26 school year. The district says it's because of declining enrollment, rising costs, and economic challenges, something they feel is a statewide trend. But a parent we spoke with says he's worried about any staffing reduction, as he says it will have a direct impact on students.
I think we need to prioritize some of the staff, the parapros that are the ones here to help the teachers that are really the ones that work behind the scenes.
The superintendent says they are trying to safeguard essential services within the schools. Today, U.S. Senator Patty Murray visited Klickitat Falls to observe Yakima Nation members dip net fishing on the Klickitat River. She also met with tribal leaders and members. Murray spoke with Chairman Gerald Lewis and others about the importance of salmon recovery efforts in the Columbia and Snake Rivers. Murray's team says forest management and wildfire prevention have become a major cause for concern for the Yakima Nation in recent weeks because of federal funding cuts.
This is Rogue. She is a Peruvian Harris's hawk. Oh, she's beautiful. And what is she? Peruvian Harris's hawk. So she's checking me out. She is. You know.
And getting a lesson about birds. Murray also said because of possible plans to cut the Bureau of Indian Affairs office in Toppenish, that could hamper Yakima Nation's timber sales, which in turn helps pay for Indian Child Welfare Act cases. The Washington State preschool program is facing cuts, but just how will it impact students, parents, and staff?
That's right. In a special report, Kristen O'Connor from our sister station, KXLY in Spokane, is digging deeper.
Yellow, there's yellow. Good finding that. Good job.
A peek inside this classroom at 9 Mile Falls Elementary, and you might be surprised to learn.
I mean, most of my students already know their letters and sounds. They can count to 20.
These 4- and 5-year-olds are preparing for kindergarten.
She does lowercase letters, capital letters. She's counting to 100. She's counting by tens. She's barely 5.
Working mom of 2 and parent volunteer Rachel McKinney says she used to drive her son into Spokane every day when he turned 4. Now her daughter can ride the bus as a preschooler.
And now they both get to ride the bus together. They get picked up at our driveway, dropped off at our driveway. It's fantastic.
9 Mile Falls, Freeman, Meade, and several other school districts in eastern Washington have opened access to early learning through the Transitional Kindergarten, or TK, programs. It's another option for families who may not qualify for ECAP or Working Connections childcare or can't get off the wait lists at private early learning centers.
I don't know a community that couldn't benefit from having transitional kindergarten in their elementary schools.
This legislative session, TK is getting pushback in Olympia.
If there's a free opportunity, we can't keep those 4-year-olds in
our classrooms.
Representative Sharon Tomiko Santos co-sponsored House Bill 1450, which would limit TK programs.
That was quickly developing into a program under the superintendent with no guardrails.
Representative Santos says she can point to districts where TK programs have opened and ECAP programs have lost students. This isn't the case in all districts, though. She says there are exceptions for districts like 9 Mile Falls, considered extreme childcare deserts.
You have children who are in need, but you don't have the partners to be able to provide the need. So that's what we're defining as an extreme childcare desert.
9 Mile Falls Superintendent Jeff Bearwald says access to these programs is just the beginning.
But the reality is that there are so many childcare deserts in our state. There's just a lack of services.
More than 65% of preschool-aged kids in Washington aren't attending state-funded preschool. In January of 2025, 7,600 students were enrolled in TK programs in 147 districts across the state. The same report shows TK students tested in the fall of 2024 had better kindergarten readiness scores.
Then you add the layers of resources and other expertise. We have our occupational therapist, our physical therapist, and our speech language pathologist coming in, helping run centers, giving resources to our teachers, counselors, school psychologists, helping with social skills.
In 2023, the state was spending $13,259 per child in transitional kindergarten. And with a $16 billion budget deficit, lawmakers are making tough cuts.
When you begin to look at the additional costs that the state is putting forward for this, right, that's a concern. But at the same point in time, what we realize is that you continue to add dollars to other areas, special education, remedial services for kids that do not have the skill set to enter school when they're 5 years old, and we continue to try to build that as we go along.
Another bill making its way through the legislature would limit access to TK, but keep the current programs funded. While that may work for some districts, 9 Mile Falls could see a big boom in the next few years.
This used to be a golf course. Now it's just an empty field. But like the neighborhoods on either side, soon it will fill in, and so too will the need for childcare.
And that was Kristen O'Connor reporting. All right, we have much more ahead, including weather.
That's right. We're going to take a look at your Easter weekend forecast and beyond.
But first, here's another live picture as we are checking in on Easter around the world. This is in
the Cathedral Duomo di Milano, Milan, Italy, the fashion capital of Italy, and a beautiful cathedral that took 600 years to build.
Just incredible. It's just beautiful, just beautiful. Stay with us, everybody. It is Good Friday, and we will be right back.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Lights, music, magic. At Giza Powerhouse Theater in Walla Walla, the stage comes alive with electrifying concerts, Broadway-style productions, side-splitting comedy, and unforgettable performances. This isn't just a theater. It's a destination for world-class entertainment in Eastern Washington. From the moment the curtain rises, you'll be swept into the extraordinary. Don't miss your chance to experience it all. Get your tickets now online. Giza Powerhouse Theater, where every show is a showstopper.
Our 2025 spring arrivals have landed at More Furniture. And this Easter weekend, we're doing something outrageous. For 72 special hours, we're offering 72 months interest-free financing on every purchase over $19.99. That's 72 full months with no money down and no interest. Whether you need a new sectional for game day or you're refreshing your entire home, this holiday weekend, you'll get 72 months interest-free financing. Visit your local More Furniture this Easter weekend for the absolute best deal in town.
On behalf of STCU, we want to present you with this $1,000 check.
Sherelle Woods founded Love and Me 911 back in 2022. She became inspired to create a nonprofit that focuses on promoting body positivity and self-love.
So I called a couple of friends and I said, you know, I want to turn something that was meant for negative, I want to turn it into something positive.
STCU honors volunteers in our community. To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $4,500 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air.
One of the best female groups of all time, En Vogue, in concert. Saturday, May 31st at Legends Casino Hotel. The multiple Grammy Award nominees with more than 20 million records sold worldwide. En Vogue. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss En Vogue live Saturday, May 31st at Legends Casino Hotel.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
McCurley Dealerships is celebrating 44 years with big giving and even bigger savings. Fill out an entry form at any McCurley dealership for a chance to win one of two $4,400 cash prizes. Plus, each winner gets an additional $4,400 to donate to one of 44 local nonprofit partners. No purchase necessary. And get a great deal on a new 2025 Subaru Forester for only $244 a month. McCurley Subaru, celebrating 44 years of savings, giving back, and helping you find your way home.
Well, today marks the 250th anniversary of a historic British invasion that didn't involve John, Paul, George, and Ringo. On April 18th, 1775, Paul Revere made his legendary horse ride to warn residents of Lexington, Massachusetts, that British soldiers from Boston were marching toward the countryside. Revere also had a friend go to a Boston church with lanterns. That unidentified person would indicate how the British troops were coming. One, if by land, and two, if by sea. At one point during the mission, Revere was captured by British troops and questioned before being released.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we have a live look outside on the Columbia River tonight. We just had a couple of boats. Oh, they zipped off, but a great night. It's so pretty out. People have their boats out on the river in April. Gotta love that. 71 degrees. Our winds are at 10 miles per hour, and they're going to stay pretty steady and fairly low tonight here in the Columbia Basin. But that's not the case going forward. Now let's talk about the beautiful, wonderful, pleasant temperatures through the area, and that's what everyone's looking at. A little cooler as you head north. Connell 66 Pendleton 70, and Yakima 71 Tri-Cities. All right, the winds right now are pretty nice and mild, but look at Ellensburg. It's been breezy there, and that's nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet, Ellensburg. It's going to get windier through the weekend. Let's take a look at our future cast. We see those winds kind of hovering at 20-25 in Ellensburg. Light through the rest of the area on Saturday, getting into early Saturday morning. We're going to start off with some fairly light breezes, but things will change in the afternoon. In fact, we're going to see winds gusting up to 50 miles an hour in the Ellensburg, Kittitas Valley area. As you get into the valley, Yakima, Sunnyside, 25 and 30 mile an hour winds, and that continues. Now fast forward into Sunday, your Easter Sunday and Monday, we're going to continue to see these breezy and gusty winds coming from the west. As you can see here, once again, Ellensburg with the windiest spot, and some of the Foothill Blues areas are also going to be very windy. So again, tie down those beautiful Easter decorations that you have outdoors. Our ridge of high pressure sits on top of us. That brings us the sunshine. We do have a cold front moving in and a quick system that's going to move across the Cascades, bringing mountain showers. Anything left over could make it to our region, and if it does, we could see some sprinkles, but the good news is most of that will move on out by the early afternoon and lead way to more sunshine. Here's when we're looking at the Futurecast model shows us some showers possible in the early morning hours in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, a little later in the morning moving down into the Columbia Basin and foothills of the Blues. But by 10, 11 o'clock, all gone. Those clouds will start to clear and we'll have that sunshine in the afternoon. So not a bad looking forecast. And Sunday is going to be pretty similar. We'll see some cloudy skies, but overall a very nice day, albeit a little cooler. Increasing Increasing clouds, stray showers tonight. Most of us staying in the 40s, as you can see, staying above that frost level, which is good. Planning your day tomorrow, this is what it looks like in the morning. These early morning hours is when we could be seeing those showers moving through. The rest of the day, though, lots of sunshine and those temperatures back in the 70s. 73 is what our daytime high should be in the Tri-Cities with those breezy winds. Easter Sunday, again, that little bit of a cold front there, breezy winds, but we should remain dry. Things are looking pretty mild and warming as we get to the middle of next week. In Yakima, once again, those breezy winds, 65 on your Easter Sunday. Sunshine, though, Monday through Wednesday, even Thursday's looking pretty good. In Ellensburg, that's where you're going to see those breezy and gusty winds all day long and right on through the weekend. Winds will stick around there all the way into next week. Walla Walla also breezy, a little cloudy, couple of stray showers possible there. Sunday, 62 degrees for Easter, and weather looking good later on in the week. In Hermiston, look for the cloudy skies, those stray showers, breezy winds continue. Not a bad hippity hop Sunday for Easter, 65 there, and then those temperatures moving back into the 70s by the middle of the week. So overall, not a bad forecast out there. Just be ready for some of those breezy and gusty winds. Stay with us. There's more Apple Valley News now at 6:30 when we come right back.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov/eligibility.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of him. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you.
You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
Wow, kids, that's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
We want a great phone and a great plan too, don't we, little guy? Totally.
Get both. 4 free phones of your choice plus 4 lines for $90. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
Want a family 4-pack of tickets to Dust Devils baseball? Enter right now on our mobile app or click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Enter to win Dust Devils baseball tickets for Friday, May 2nd, now at applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
The average family throws out $3,000 of food every year. That's a lot. Imagine what you could do with extra cash. There are simple ways to reduce your food waste and increase your savings. It starts with a plan and ends with a little creativity. Like turning your unused food into something new. Get tips to reduce food waste and make your dollar go further. Know the cost. Use food well. Visit the website to learn how.
It's the greatest quiz show of all time, played by the greatest players of all time. On April 30th,
Jeopardy Masters
is back. 9 elite champions, 1 incredible tournament.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event begins April 30th, 9/8 Central on ABC.
Individuals, couples, and families. You could get a refund of up to $1,290 back on taxes paid last year, as well as refunds for 2023 and 2022. Learn more at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. All right, time for what's trending. Star Wars fans can rejoice.
That's right. The new movie featuring Ryan Gosling is set to release in May of 2027. The project is titled Star Wars Starfighter. Director Sean Levy has been developing the film since 2022. The standalone movie takes place 5 years after the events of Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker. Production is set to start this fall.
NASA's Curiosity Mars rover may have just provided a possible answer to the mystery of what happened to the planet's ancient atmosphere.
That's right. The new report says the Mars rover found siderite, an iron carbonate mineral that is beneath the surface. Scientists thought Mars once had a thick carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere and liquid water, which should have created more carbonate minerals on the surface. But so far, the rover hasn't found as much as expected. So was there life on Mars or was there not?
I don't know. The question still continues.
There you go.
We've got a final look at weather and the
viewer photo of the day. Your reason to smile comes up next.
Friday, April 18th is Family Feast Night with the Dust Devils. Come enjoy a baseball game with hot dogs, soft drinks, and more for $2.50 each. And be sure to come back Saturday, April 19th as your Dust Devils play as the Columbia River Rooster Tails and enjoy a post-game fireworks show thanks to BNSF Railway. For tickets, head to the official site dustdevilsbaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
Our 2025 spring arrivals have landed at More Furniture. And this Easter weekend, we're doing something outrageous. For 72 special hours, we're offering 72 months interest-free financing on every purchase over $19.99. That's 72 full months with no money down and no interest. Whether you need a new sectional for game day or you're refreshing your entire home, this holiday weekend, you'll get 72 months interest-free financing. Visit your local More Furniture this Easter weekend for the absolute best deal in town.
Lights, music, magic. At Giza Powerhouse Theater in Walla Walla, the stage comes alive with electrifying concerts, Broadway-style productions, side-splitting comedy, and unforgettable performances. This isn't just a theater. It's a destination for world-class entertainment in Eastern Washington. From the moment the curtain rises, you'll be swept into the extraordinary. Don't miss your chance to experience it all. Get your tickets now online. Giza Powerhouse Theater, where every show is a showstopper.
Who's Alex? Hey, pal. You know who's,
See you, Dad. Happy birthday, Alex.
That's so sweet. You remembered.
It's all about connecting with seamless connectivity from Spectrum.
At a time when misinformation is all too common on social media, we take great pride in bringing you the news that matters, that impacts your family, news you can trust. Local broadcast journalists bring you the facts, covering the stories breaking in our community and across the globe. Text TV to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on local journalism. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We have a lot of news to get to this morning.
To make great newscasts, you need great resources and an experienced team. Jade Elliott grew up in Richland, graduated from Washington State University, and anchored and reported in Spokane, Salt Lake City, and Seattle. Now she's returned to the Mid-Columbia, bringing the news home to you each day on Good Morning Northwest.
Join us every morning.
Jade Elliott, Jessica DeLaw, Josh Colbert, Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now. On your side.
Always on your side.
Hoping sturgeon survive in North Idaho. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a late breaking alert from Selah Police. Earlier this afternoon, around 1 p.m., officers went to check on the welfare of a child. They said during the investigation, detectives learned that there was a possible burial site for a body. Recovery of human remains from the Cowiche Mill Road area is now on hand. An autopsy is scheduled next week. We'll have more on this story coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. And for updates, go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. All right, switching gears on a lighter note, Stacey's here.
On a Good Friday, we always will give you a reason to smile. Come take a look at your screen. This is from Alan Rither. Thanks, Alan. Look at that, every morning and new blessings. So that's a great way to end our Friday and, of course, Good Friday today. Brought to you by Lifetime Dental. Thank you, Alan. QR code, top of your screen, or just go to applevalleyNewsNow.com. Real quick, let's plan your day tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be good. Could see a few little sprinkles. Things, don't worry, though, will clear up by the afternoon. Look for those breeze breezy to gusty winds also throughout the weekend. Not a bad looking forecast overall. And for your Easter Sunday, 60s. Might need a sweater. Going to be good.
It's going to be nice. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a wonderful Easter weekend.
Happy Good Friday, and thanks for watching Apple Valley News Now at 6:30.